Bookwork behind bars. About 600 Vermont inmates are taking classes at the state's 6 correctional facilities. And Allison Novak has 7 days. Some of these classes, they're not new here, but they're changing. What can you tell us?
So education within the Department of Corrections has a number of different programs. So there's a vocational program that offers things like construction and food service training. There is a community high school of Vermont, which has been around for about around 20, 25 years, that offers high school diplomas to those who have not earned them. And there is also basic skills in reading and writing and math for students who show that they still need those basic school skills. And those programs have really beefed up in the last couple years. There's also a new initiative with the Community College of Vermont, a partnership in which those incarcerated can take community college classes for credit while incarcerated.
And what is the goal for corrections in all this?
So all of these programs fall within kind of the risk reduction umbrella. So studies have shown that prison education programs significantly reduce the risk of recidivism or going back to prison once you're out, and actually save money in the long run. I think on a more anecdotal level, the prison educators that I spoke with said it really helps those who are taking the classes see themselves in a different way and gives them hope for a life outside of prison that could be productive.
And you spoke with some inmates who are taking classes. What did they tell you?
So yeah, I attended a class at Northwest Correctional Facility in St. Albans and spoke with 3 of the students there. And it was really interesting to hear their stories and the ways in which they weren't able to access their education as young people for a variety of different reasons, whether they were in foster care or had a lot of instability, or in the case of one student I talked to, Jonathan Castro, he was born in Puerto Rico and came to Massachusetts when he was 10 and was really embarrassed by his English skills and got kicked out of school when he was a freshman in high school. And so I think for them, I got this sense of kind of excitement, or this renewed sense of like, this is a second chance to get my education and do something to better myself.
What's this costing the state?
So the most recent numbers for this fiscal year are about $4 million a year. That does not include the Community College of Vermont initiative. That's a federal initiative that was supported in part by Bernie Sanders' office, and that's a $4.5 million federal grant to do the CCV classes, which are actually open to both inmates and correctional officers.
We reported last month about that CCV partnership where inmates can get those college credits. That program started at the Chittenden Regional Correctional Facility, then expanded to the prison in Newport. 33 inmates enrolled right now. But how do we have any way to gauge the success of all of these educational opportunities for inmates?
So when people come into the Department of Corrections, they have to take assessments in reading and math and writing to kind of gauge what their skills are. And so those assessments are given periodically. And so there is evidence that skills are improving with this instruction. And then when it comes to the Community High School of Vermont, which is an accredited independent high school that operates within the Department of Corrections, about 25 students graduate behind bars each year from that high school. It's not a GED, it's an actual high school diploma that says Community High School of Vermont. They have a graduation ceremony, they get to invite their relatives and friends. And I think, from the people I talk to about what those ceremonies are like, there's this sense of this kind of ray of sunshine coming into a dark place, and just this idea that like this is something really positive that people who have kind of had a rough go at it can do for themselves.
Your story's out in 7 days. Allison Novak, thank you. Be well.
Thanks for having me.